Hey guys, I'm Reaper and today we are going to talk about mods and how they work and what type of mods there are and of course how to get the S tier ones. Currently there are 13 types of mods: Normal, Aura, Exiles, Set, Umbral, Amalgam, Augment, Corrupted, Archon, Galvanized, Primed, Riven and Peculiar. Every mod has its own polarity. The 6 polarity currently in the game are Madurai, Vazarin, Naramon, Zenurik, Umbral and Universal. Don't worry, learning the names when it comes to modding is unnecessary, you just have to look for the symbols. When you match the mod polarity and the slot polarity, the mod cost will be halved. If you put it in different polarity, the mod takes up more capacity, so obviously we want to match the polarities. This part is important because we have limited capacity and we need to fill out all the slots. 30 capacity is the base amount of a rank 30 Warframe. With higher mastery rank, however, you can get increased starting capacity depending on how big is your mastery rank. You can increase the capacity to 60 by installing an Orokin reactor to your Warframe or Orokin catalyst into your weapon. You can also use our first interesting mod type, the Aura mod, which not only gives a pretty useful buff to the whole squad, but also increases your capacity by its cost. The polarity rules also apply here, but in reverse. A lot of new players makes the mistake of thinking they don't have the capacity for an Aura mod. It's literally just a free bonus. You can get Aura mods by completing the Nightwave quests and getting Nightwave credits. You can spend the Nightwave credits in the Nightwave shop. To install a catalyst or a reactor, you have to go to the action menu. Here you can also install Forma into your Warframe, in which case you can decide what new polarity your Warframe should get. The 3 types of Forma is the Normal, the Omni and the Umbral. With the Normal you can polarize one slot with any polarity except Umbral, or you can remove a polarity. The Omni Forma gives an universal slot, which is good to any polarity except Umbral. And the Umbral obviously gives Umbral polarity. Umbral Forma is precious, only use them if you are absolutely sure that you need it. When you polarize weapons, you can also get Stance Forma, which is basically an Aura Forma for weapons. Next we got the Exilus mods, which are basically bonus mods, which makes your lives better or give a little stat bonus. You can equip them in the main slot too, but you mostly want them in your Exilus slot. You can unlock them with Exilus Adapter or 20 Platinum. Next up is the Augment mods. These are mods that are able to change Warframe abilities. I'm not saying upgrade, since not every augment gives better results. The interesting thing about these mods is that the ability strength, range and duration also get the bonuses from the other stat mods in most cases. Augment mods attainable from the syndicates. I made a video about them, so if you're interested, check it out. Next up, reset mods. You can usually get them from the different open world maps and their bases, such as Cetus, Fortuna and the Necrolisk. All of these mods are part of a set, which has a set bonus. You don't need all the parts to get the bonus, but you get bigger bonuses depending on how many you equip. Also, the set parts can consist of Warframe and weapon parts too. The base stats, however, are not over the top, so it's usually better to use these mods as supplementary. Our next mod type will be the Corrupted mod. You can get these in Orokin Vault runs at Deimos. Corrupted mods are one of the S tier mods if you use them right. They give you a huge stat bonus, but also take away from another. These mods are usually used for builds that rely on specific abilities. Next is the Prime mods. These are basically normal mods on steroids. They give a huge stat bonus. You can buy them at Barrow tier. I'm going to show you how. So Barrow will visit every week, but departs pretty quickly. If you type when Barrow in Region chat, you can see when will he arrives. When he does, you get a message like this. It shows where he appeared. You can also see his symbol when opening the navigation. Once you arrive, you have to find him . Everything is pretty expensive, but also pretty nice. To buy from him, you need ducats, which you can get by selling prime parts. Okay, our next mod is the Archon mod, which is basically a prime mod with a bonus effect. The Vitality one is basic Vitality with bonus effect. They are pretty good, but also cost a lot of capacity. The last unique Warframe mod is the Peculiar mod. These mods are only for shits and giggles, no practical use. You can get them at Baroque tier 2. I almost forgot to include the Umbral mods. These are basically set mods, with the exception that the set bonus will increase the base stats and you can get pretty big numbers. It also owns its unique polarity. Okay, let's go to the weapon mods. Amalgam mods. Amalgam mods are like normal mods, but they get another stat, the slight cost of the original bonus. There are Amalgam mods that can only be equipped by certain weapons. You can get them by defeating the Ropalolist at Jupiter, or get them as Thermia Fractures reward. Galvanized mods. Galvanized mods are basically mods that will get bonus stats when you complete a condition. like kill an enemy, for more multi-shot or critical chance. To get them, you have to complete arbitrations and visit the Arbiters of Hexis. There you can get basically all the necessary mods to solo Steelpath. And we saved the best for last, the Riven mods. So with Rivens, you can first have to unlock them. You put the Riven in the type of weapon it belongs to and you get a challenge. If you complete the challenge, it will reveal which weapon you can use it on, and a mastery rank. With low mastery, you can't use it. The Riven stats are completely random, but you can reroll them with Kuva until you get a good stat that you wanted. If the reroll is bad, you don't have to accept it. Riven stats depends on how many plus and zero stats in there, and how big its disposition is. You can get Rivens by completing sorties, buying from Steel Essence, earning from alerts and events, or exchange Riven slivers.